Hello, Coon Rapids Middle School students. My name is Mr. Cox, and I am one of the school counselors over at Coon Rapids High School. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about registering for high school. We are so excited to have all of you join us next year. And we're going to spend a little bit of time today before we meet again next week, just going over some of the important things to understand and to think about. That way, if you have any questions, you can have them ready to go next week. Our learning targets today are we really want you to understand the importance of becoming a high school student. We want you to understand some terms of vocabulary that we use a lot at the high school that might be kind of new to you. And we want you to understand the ninth grade requirements, what you need to do in order to be a successful ninth grader moving towards graduation. So let's get started. So the first step to a successful ninth grade year is careful and wise registration choices. I know that might not make a lot of sense to you right now, but when you enter our building as a ninth grader, everything you do builds towards graduating as high school as a 12th grader. So if you really think about what you're doing as an eighth grader while you register for ninth grade, that will impact how you graduate from high school as a 12th grader. So we're going to spend a lot of time talking about this because this really is some important things going on. First up, we're going to talk about our graduation requirements. These are courses and credits that have to be completed in order to graduate. These need to make up if not pass. So I know that no one's planning to fail any classes, but say you don't do well in one of your English classes, that is a required class, and you'd have to make that up later. We'll talk about what specifically what classes are graduated for requirements a little bit later. Then there's elective. So any course that's not required for graduation is an elective. Things like keyboarding, personal money management, intro to culinary arts. These are all classes that you can take in high school at any time, but that they're not necessarily needed for graduation. You do need to take so many elective courses to graduate, but it doesn't matter what those elective courses are. We'll also talk about that a little bit more coming up. Next up are prerequisites. These are courses that must be successfully completed before taking another course. The best way to think about this is like when you're taking a foreign language. In order to take Spanish 2, you have to take Spanish 1. In order to take geometry, you have to have already taken algebra. These are just things that have to be done before you can take the specific course. Now, every class that you take in high school is going to give you half a credit. For each trimester, the class is passed with a grade of D- or better. Each of those half credits add up in your 4 years of high school, and so that you need 27 credits required for graduation. You're building into those 27 credits since the very first day that you enter into high school as a ninth grader. But everything that you do go in high school goes onto your transcript. Your transcript is a legal document that records all courses taken in high school, number of credits earned, and grades earned. And I think what's really important there is that it's a legal document. It's something that our school will keep track of for a long time, so that anyone that wants to know about those official things that happen in high school will reach back, or you will reach back to us and check on that legal document. These things include your GPA, your grade point average, your class rank, and transcripts are required for college admission, and they are required for many scholarships, military, and some jobs as proof, of course, of completion and graduation. We do have employers contact the high school wanting to double check that students graduated from high school. Now you can find on Student View an unofficial list of completed courses and GPA, so you can find that same information. But the legal transcript is something that we send out to schools, colleges, employers, or the military once they request that. And your legal transcript is something, all those credits, everything that I just talked about, is recorded on your transcript, and you add to that as soon as you start high school. Now, your GPA, your grade point average, is a letter grade on your transcript that has a point value, and the point values are averaged each trimester. So your cumulative GPA is an average of all the grades from the beginning of ninth grade going forward. Colleges, school athletics and activities, scholarships, even insurance companies will look at your cumulative GPA to make decision. And that weighted GPA is a little bit different, and that saves honors classes a little bit more weight in the GPA than regular classes. Again, that grade point average is something that you start working on day one when you enter into high school, because your grades will contribute to your final letter grade that goes on your transcript, which contributes to your GPA. Now, your class rank is the standing in the class based on your cumulative GPA as compared to your other classmates. Really, you only need to worry about class rank if you're planning to attend a four-year university. They're the places that are most concerned with that class rank, but that is found on your transcript. So let's talk about your ninth grade requirements. These are the classes that you have to take in ninth grade and finish in ninth grade or complete in order to graduate. English 9 or Honors English 9, Geography 9 or AP Geography, Civics or Honors Civics, Physical Science or Honors Physical Science, or if you're in our biomedical program, Honors Physics. High school algebra is the math class that the majority of you will be taking, but some of you will be taking different math classes depending on your current math. And Phy-Ed, physical education, ninth grade. So these are all of the classes that every single ninth grader is going to take when they come to Coon Rapids next year. The rest of your schedule will be filled out with electives, which we'll talk about more when we come visit you next week. I know this is a lot of information to take in, and graduation seems like it's very far away. But graduation, I think if you talk to any senior this year, they would tell you that graduation comes fast. Everything you do in high school is leading to this point. We all have the same goal. We want all of you to graduate from high school. So our goal is that you get to have a graduation, get to have a graduation ceremony, that you're a part of that graduation ceremony, and that you are so excited to go on to your next things. And you look back at your time at Coon Rapids High School as something that was a good and wonderful experience. This is the end of this presentation. Again, my name is Mr. Cox. We will be presenting to you guys next week a little bit more about registration, but these were just some things to cover before we come in that are just really good information to know before we even get there. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your day.